It's the Daily Special with Kimberly Ray Miller!
Welcome to the Daily Special. It is Tuesday, June 3rd, and I am dubbing this Pet Peeves Week. So every day I'm going to talk about a different pet peeve, and you should definitely write in and tell me your pet peeves, and I can talk about them because, you know, your pet peeves, my pet peeves, same thing, really. And my first pet peeve is blatantly stupid advertising. I studied marketing in college, and advertising is such a big part of that, and I get so angry, I like throw things at the television. Like, there's this new ad for Subway, and they have this new $5 footlong sandwich. And to me, the first thing that says is, for $5, you can eat an entire loaf of bread. It's a loaf of bread. They put like 4 pieces of meat and a loaf of bread. I would never sit down and like take a loaf of Wonder Bread and shove it down my throat, and if I did, it would only cost 99 cents. Seriously, think about your budget, people. Think about your budget. Let's go to today's specials. Tatum O'Neal was arrested for buying crack cocaine in New York's Lower East Side this weekend. When arrested, she asked the cop, "Do you know who I am?" To which he replied, "No. No, I don't." Studies show that girls benefit more from breastfeeding than boys. That's because girls are actually drinking the milk, whereas boys are just drooling over the boob. And the inventor of Pringles, Dr. Frederick J. Bauer, requested that he be buried in a Pringles can. Needless to say, Dr. Bauer is a very small man. Table is back, and here we've got Lady Emmy, who is a beauty expert and life coach for women, and we've got Michelle, who is a legal analyst, and today we're going to be discussing the Sex and the City movie. Sex is back, and it's everywhere.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I think they did a lot for women. I think they liberated many of the issues that weren't spoken about before. They brought back fashion, they brought back sex, they brought back friendship.
I feel like as a single woman living in New York City, for other people who live in other parts of the country, it kind of gives them an impression if you're single and living in this city, your life is about sex and fashion. So I understand what you're saying on one hand about liberating us, but that's, maybe the sexual freedom side of it. I think on the other side, it kind of paints a very narrow picture of single women and their priorities in New York.
But they made not relying on a man acceptable.
Yeah,
I think that changed things for a lot of people.
I think our moms made not relying on a man acceptable. I think the women's movement made not relying on a man acceptable. I'm not a fan. I think that they're just slutty, vacuous women. It's catty, it's superficial. I just feel like these people are not people that I relate to. The consumerism of Sex and the City is almost like shopping without using your credit card.
It's a movement. It gave us, we had 90210, we had Melrose Place. It's kind of a fun Sunday night thing that your girlfriends would get together and, have a few drinks and just kind of something to entertain us for a little while.
Okay.
You can see the deeper picture, but most people most women in the country, when they look at it, that's what they see. They, all the talk about sex, all the sex scenes, and then the fashion.
But you get to have it both ways and tout it as a women's movement and a women's movie, and it's finally bringing back women, and then on the same breath say, well, it's so limited.
Well, yeah, because I don't view it as a women's movement. I don't think that show and the way those women depict themselves and carry themselves to symbolize any kind of movement that the women in this country need. You don't need anybody to you don't need a movement to be a slut. If that's what you're going to do, you can just do it.
Certainly do not.
Right. But you need a movement to.
You don't need a movement to be a slut. You heard it here first. You can be a slut without a movement. Sex and the City. It's no Erin Brockovich, but it's your choice, and you can see it if you want to. And write in if you like Sex and the City. Tell us. If you hate it, tell us. If you just like sex and cities. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.